All right, guys, welcome back to Cold Pizza Watch Reviews. Today, I'm finally getting around to doing the review on my Tudor Black Bay 54. Now, I just hit 6 months with this watch, and I thought that's enough time to actually give an honest review on the Black Bay 54 and what do I actually think about this watch. Now, I did a video a while back on my love-hate relationship with the Black Bay 54 and why did I even buy one. I'll post a link to that video at the end of this one, but for the time being, let's jump into the specs on the Black Bay 54. Starting off with the all stainless steel case, which comes in at 37 millimeters with a polish and satin finish. The case features a screw down case back, giving you 200 meters of water resistance. Next is the lug-to-lug on the Black Bay 54. It comes in at a nice 46 millimeters. Add that with the 11.24 millimeter case thickness, and you've got a perfectly designed mid-sized diver. Moving on to this bezel, you get a 60-click unidirectional bezel in stainless steel with a matte black aluminum insert devoid of minute graduations with the traditional lume pip at the 12 o'clock position. So let's take a look at that crown that Tudor has chosen for the Black Bay 54. You get a stainless steel screw down crown with the classic Tudor rose in relief that comes in at 5.8 millimeters. Now, this is smaller than the 6 millimeter crown found on the original Black Bay 7922, but the knurling on the crown makes it easy to grip and set the time. Moving on, let's make our way to the dial area, starting off with this classic domed sapphire crystal. While this is an upgrade from the original acrylic, it doesn't disappoint those who want the full vintage experience. Now, underneath this beautiful crystal is the star of the show. Yes, we're talking about the amazing dial. Starting with this satin black surface with applied gold tone lume-filled index markers, followed by the faux gilt minute and second index, which encircles the dial. Now, just below the 12 o'clock index marker is where we see one of the first notable changes that Tudor made, which deviates from the original 7922, and that's the Tudor shield. Now, the original 7922 actually had the Tudor rose logo. Then just below the shield, you get the word Tudor. Then another change is the word Geneva versus the original 7922, which said Oyster Prince. Then if we move down to the 6 o'clock position, you get 200 meters / 660 feet, then chronometer, and officially certified. Now, the original 7922 had 100 meters, 330 feet, Submariner, then it said rotor self-winding printed on the dial. Moving on to the hands, you get the typical snowflake hour hand and straight sword minute hand, which has been the trademark Tudor handset, but they chose to drop the snowflake second hand and go with the classic lollipop that was used on the original 7922. Now, the movement in the Black Bay 54 is the caliber MT 5400, which is COSC certified. So Tudor states that this is a manufacturer caliber, which I would agree since Tudor owns the majority share of Kenissi. But Kenissi also makes movements for Breitling, Tag Heuer, and Norqain. Now, the MT 5400 is a 27 joule automatic movement that is hand winding and hacking with 70 hours of power reserve beating at 28,800. Now, Tudor states that the accuracy is between -2 to +4 seconds per day. Next is the bracelet. The bracelet is riveted, step tapered style with screwed in links and brushed top and underside with polished edges. The Black Bay 54 features Tudor's advanced T-Fit class system which allows for easy size adjustment throughout the day without any special tools. The Black Bay 54 currently retails for $4,175 on bracelet and comes with a 5-year warranty. So those are the specs on the Black Bay 54. Now, what do I think about the watch after been wearing it for 6 months? Well, I'll start with the fact that the Black Bay 54 still gets the majority of my wrist time. Now, I travel a lot for work and I usually take 2 or 3 watches with me, and the Tudor is the one I gravitate towards the most. The reason is, first, the style of the watch. It works with just about any setting. You can wear it with a suit, you can wear it with a jeans and t-shirt, and it looks amazing. Next is comfort. The case size is perfect on my 6.5-inch wrist, and the bracelet has just enough play in it that it doesn't dig into your wrist. Then there's the T-fit clasp. I use this often throughout the day, especially here in the South. The heat and humidity can quickly make a bracelet feel uncomfortable. Then there's the performance of the movement. Typically, this watch stays around plus or minus 1 second per day. Even if I only wear it for a few hours a day, it's dead on, really impressive. Then the power reserve, right at 70 hours. So I can wear this thing all week, take it off on a Friday, and it is still running Monday morning. So that's everything I like about it. Here's some quirky things that I've noticed about the Black Bay 54. They're not really complaints or bad. They're just kind of part of the character of the watch. First is the way that the turn down portion of the lugs protrude past the end links. Usually this space is filled in all the way with the end link. But one of the things that I noticed about the Black Bay 54 is that they stick out a little bit. It's not a bad thing. Again, it kind of adds to the character of the watch. Next is the fold over clasp. Because it moves so easily, it can actually flop over while you're trying to close the clasp, and then it gets in the way. Now, if you're not careful, I could see where you could actually bend this shield portion of the clasp if you slammed it down. Again, it's not a bad thing. You kind of become aware of it, but in all the fold over clasps that I've ever owned, I've never experienced this. Then there's the bracelet. Now, I know this is because of the design and it's not a defect, but there is a, I'd say, small to decent amount of stretch / flex in the bracelet only after 6 months of wear. Now, I don't think it's being physically stretched. It's just the design, which is actually that vintage style, Oyster style from the 7922 series. So it's not bad. And honestly, it makes the bracelet wear throughout the day a little more comfortable, almost like a Jubilee bracelet. But you'll notice that there's a decent bit of wiggle in this bracelet. You know, overall, the Black Bay 54 to me wears like a vintage watch. And I don't mean that when you look at it, it looks like a vintage watch. You actually treat it like that. And what I mean, imagine you go get in a vintage Porsche. Although that Porsche was designed to go fast back in the day, you're going to treat it carefully. And that's one of the things that I've noticed while wearing the 54 is I don't want to go jump in a pool with it. I don't want to go jump in the ocean with it, while I would with a Rolex or any other diver. For some reason, the 54 just has that classic, antique, vintage feel, and you're real careful while you wear the watch. That's just one of the things I've noticed about myself. I have no problem with that. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted basically a modern vintage watch, and that's what you get with the 54. So bottom line, do I still like it? Do I still love it? Yes. I mean, this watch is on my wrist all the time. I thoroughly enjoy it. You know, these are just some of the quirky things I've noticed about it. They're not bad. Accuracy is amazing. Very comfortable. T-fit's awesome. I can't find anything I don't like about this watch. It is what it is, and I wouldn't ask Tudor to change anything. So guys, let me know. Do you have a Black Bay 54? Do you got a 58? Or just a Tudor in your collection? Talk about it in the comments below. And as always, appreciate you tuning in to Cold Pizza Watch Reviews.